This is the World Financial Report on Radio with Harold Siegel. My name is Randy Marshall. Joining us on the telephone, our financial and diamond expert, Harold Siegel. We're taping the show on July the 12th, 2013. Our time is 8:45 in the morning, Mountain. If you ever miss a radio show, they are archived on Harold's websites, HESradio.com and RareColoredDiamonds.com. We also have a podcast through iTunes. Type in World Financial Report on Radio. You can listen to it on your portable device. We go anywhere you do. Should remind you, Harold does daily market commentary on his websites, HESradio.com, RareColoredDiamonds.com. You can find that on the podcast as well. The radio show is portable. We go anywhere you do. We're on your favorite radio station. We're streaming, and we're archived through the podcast. A couple of notes. Harold is going to have an online seminar July the 23rd at 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain. And he's also going to be doing another seminar on the 24th and 25th. So 3 nights in a row, July 23rd, 24th, and 25th, 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain, and you can go to RareColoredDiamonds.com or HESradio.com and sign up for that free online seminar. Harold is going to be on Money Moves with Deirdre Bolton from Bloomberg, July the 18th. You know, I watch Bloomberg all the time, and I watch Money Moves all the time. They talk about alternative assets. Harold is going to be on Bloomberg, July the 18th as well. He's going to be in Bloomberg Magazine. It's Bloomberg Business Week. We'll have more on that as it gets closer. Interesting notes as we start our week here. Of course, we're taping on a Friday morning. Last Friday, we had the jobs numbers come out. 54 months. A record stretch of 7.5% unemployment continues. That is the longest stretch of unemployment at or above that rate since 1948. In fact, John Williams of Shadow Stats, using his calculations, says unemployment is actually at 23.4%. Another interesting note, food stamp use in the United States, 48 million people using food stamps. In fact, 101 million get food aid from the U.S. government. That outnumbers all the full-time private sector workers. These are some of the numbers that you don't hear a lot on the news, and you can get them in our free weekly newsletter. We'll send it out to you. Connect with Worldwide Precious Metals, wwpmc.com, 1-866-623-2002, or RareColoredDiamonds.com, 1-800-432-1022. We'll be happy to send out to you free of charge our free weekly newsletter, and you can see these statistics and the stories that go along with him. It was an interesting week, Harold, because Ben Bernanke spoke. We had the Fed minutes, and then he gave a speech. And the Fed, well, he seems to be in a position where 1 minute he's bringing the market down, the next minute he's talking the market up. He was very dovish in the sense of keeping interest rates and quantitative easing going for quite some time. A lot of people are just very baffled by Ben Bernanke. 1 minute he's talking about tapering, the next minute he's talking about keeping things the way they are for a longer period of time. It creates a very schizophrenic market, although hard assets had a very good week as a result.
You bet. You know, he's in a really rough situation because when he tells the truth, when he talks about what should really happen and the market reacts in a negative way, then he gets in trouble. I'm sure he gets an earful from it. And the fact is that then he regresses and goes a different route type of thing. You know, but the bottom line is that everything that you said this morning, Randy, is 100% true. You know, it's extremely concerning. And when you're looking at a country like the United States, you know, trying to recover, let's face it, they're doing everything that they possibly can. They don't want this country to go under, and they're doing everything possible. However, the project is almost insurmountable. There are so many problems within the United States and throughout the world, in other parts of the world that, again, are certainly experiencing things similar to here. You know, I just don't see any way out of it on a short term. And I got to admit that they're doing whatever they possibly can to keep Wall Street up, which is extremely important to them, obviously. In fact, almost everything that happens and everything that the Fed does is for the purpose of Wall Street keeping strong. So again, we're going to see a lot of fireworks happening over the next couple of years, and we're going to start to see situations unwind that are really going to affect these markets in a huge way. Now in June, almost every single day in June, the gold and silver markets were down. Every Friday, the markets were down substantially. And again, June has always been a negative month for metals. But now that we're into July, we've seen almost every day this week, and so far this month, that gold has been up. It only appears to be on Fridays that they tend to sell the market off a little bit. At this particular point, gold is down 610 as we're taping the show, but we're at 1280, so you can see that gold has made a sizable move this month so far. We hit a high today of 1283.70, and we hit a low of 1270, so we're trading in about a $13 range. Now, the fact is that we want to see gold short-term break above 1,300, 1,320, which is important, but not the most important. The most important number for gold at this particular point is $1,600 gold, and we're basically just slightly under 1,300, so we need to see a sizable move in gold in order to get back to what I feel is a very important number. $1,600 gold would turn this market extremely bullish. Now, for people that trade the gold market, basically that's a $300 move in gold to determine whether or not gold is going to, go into a bullish stance and then move higher from 1,600, or what's going to happen from there. Basically, we're going to have to give away $300 and live through that price increase to realize that once we have two closes above 1,600, that we're now on our way to hitting new highs in the gold market. And again, we'll analyze it every step of the way and obviously bring that information to you. A very similar situation for silver. Silver is trading right now at $19.95. We did trade as high as $20, but $20 is not an important number for gold. For silver. The important number for silver is $32. So basically, we need to see about a $12 move in silver, and we need to see about a $300 move in gold to get back to the point to where this market is going to become extremely bullish and then go on to make brand new highs. We need to see gold break above $19.20. We need to see silver break above $50 in order for them to start to make historical runs and make brand new highs in this market. My personal feeling is that this is going to happen. In actual fact, I don't see any way that it's not going to happen. Right now, and we've been saying this for months and probably over a year, that the governments around the world are desperate, mostly the U.S. government. And desperate times brings on desperate measures. They do things that they wouldn't normally do. Some of them, skirt the issue of whether it's legal or not. And again, I just think at this point that the government just doesn't care about what's right or wrong. They only care about getting the economy back on track. And for them, I applaud them. That is extremely important. We all want a good life. We all want people to be working, paying taxes, spending money, having the economy flourish. Unfortunately, at this particular point, it just doesn't seem that that's possible, because we happen to have a government here in the United States that is for the poor. Now, the fact is that when you've got over 100 million people, a third of the U.S. Population on food stamps or food programs, that's frightening. That means that they can't afford to eat and they can't afford to feed their families without the aid of the government, and that's a very severe situation. In fact, with the elections, one of the major reasons why President Obama got back in office was because of the programs that he has for the poor. So the fact is that when you've got a third of the population that's on food stamps, that should send a message that people are not living the type of lifestyle that they need to live, the type of lifestyle they were living back in the 90s when the stock market was strong, the U.S. dollar was strong, and the overall economy was strong. So, again, we're so far from the 90s at this particular point, it's almost seems like light years away that the good times were here. So, we're very, very cautious in the markets at this point. The other thing is about the unemployment numbers. The unemployment numbers that came out last week were very suspect, very, very suspicious. There was a lot more part-time jobs than there were full-time jobs. Again, part-time jobs just don't get the job done. Because the fact is that, most people are struggling at this point, and it's all in the numbers. If a third of the population is on food stamps and those type of programs, then they're on other government programs also. And the economy can only flourish, whether it's the United States or Canada or Europe or anywhere, when the middle class is doing well and when the middle class is spending money. So if the middle class is not working, and they're not making the money that they were making back in the 90s, when stockbrokers were making $300,000, $400,000 a year, when mortgage brokers were making the same, when families were doing extremely well. Those were the good times. But now you've got the total opposite. You probably have some full-time workers in a family and people that actually have to take on part-time jobs in addition to their full-time jobs just to make ends meet. So if the general public is not spending money, if they're not doing well, there's not a chance in the world that the economy can get better. So if they're not spending, that means that there's not a lot of taxes being paid. Retail stores are not doing well, restaurants are not doing well, people are not taking vacations, that type of thing, so the economy cannot get better. So at this particular point, we're going to have to meander through what the Federal Reserve and the governments have in store for us over the next short while. But this cannot last forever, and the fact is that what they're doing in the market by keeping interest rates at zero is only going to do what it should have done when they started the program, which is make certain markets rally and other markets not. And the markets that will respond and should respond to extremely low interest rates is gold and silver. That's been proven throughout history, and the only time that it is not working is right now, and that's only because the government and the Federal Reserve has a different agenda. They feel that if gold and silver prices are high, it certainly signifies that the economy is not improving, and they try to keep the prices low. Again, it seems like a Mickey Mouse way of operating, but the fact is that a lot of it is perception. And the way that people perceive the economy is how they're going to live their life, how they're going to spend their money, how they're going to do everything. And at this point here, it's the government's job to let everybody know that things are improving and things are going to get an awful lot better. I'm a very pragmatic person, and I just don't see it. I'm a Canadian living in the United States. I've been in the investment business over 35 years, and what I'm seeing and what I know about the business tells me that we're in the right markets. To own physical gold, physical silver, to own diamonds, to own hard assets is definitely the place you want to be. And if it wasn't such an important topic of conversation, there's no way that Bloomberg and other major media sources would interview me on what our feelings are towards what the world economy is and how hard assets, mostly diamonds and gold, fall into that type of category. So as Randy just did mention, I will be heading up to New York next week and doing a live interview on Bloomberg news stations in New York on television. I hope you all get to see that. And then on top of that, they're doing a major article on my company in Bloomberg Magazine, not only on the diamond business, but on what we created, which was the only secondary market to resell high-end diamonds and collectibles. So we take our business very seriously. When the markets are down like they have been for the last 2 years, Randy and I pain from that. We love the listeners to our show, and we love our clients, and we only do this so our clients can benefit from knowledge and make the right decision. To see the markets do what they've done over the last 2 years when they never should have done that is very painful for all of us. However, we're not traders. We're not just buying the market and selling it and buying it and selling it. There's no way in the world you can make money in this market doing that. It's a buy and hold type of market, and there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to wake up one day in the very near future and find that gold's up $200 or $300 in one night and silver's up $5 or $6. It can happen. In my opinion, it will happen, and there's people out there that believe that this will happen also that are much smarter than I am. So, again, I've traded this gold market for over 35 years, and I'm still standing by my guns and saying that this market and what's happening right now is identical to what happened in 1976 and 1977 when people started to get bullish on gold when it went from $32 all the way up to $200. People were euphoric. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, gold went from $200 down to $100, fell in half. People started to panic, sold out of all of their positions, got out of the gold market, and then within a very short period of time, gold went from $100 to $800, with most of that move coming in a very short period of time of months, not years. So the bottom line is that if you look at the charts, and if you don't have them, call me or email me, and I'll send them to you. And I would even sit down with you over the phone and illustrate to you how this worked back in 1976 and 77, and how how we don't want to miss that same opportunity again. It fell 50% back then and then staged an 800% rally, and I do believe we're going to see not only that happen again, but the rally going to be very, very extreme and strong. By keeping interest rates down at zero, that is not going to help anything, and it hasn't happened yet. With all the $17 trillion or more that has gone into quantitative easing over the last, since 2008 till now, they banked on it bringing in higher employment, correcting the banking problems and everything else going forward, and none of that has happened. In the last 5 years, with all the money that the Federal Reserve has put back into the U.S. economy, it has not gotten the desired results, and there are now things that are going to happen as a result of that is going to make the stock market plummet and hard assets skyrocket. And I would very strongly suggest you take a look at what's happened over the last 5 years in your stock market positions, actually your last 10 years, and see if you made any money and realize that we're in a bubble again and this market could crumble at any time. It's now the time to be extremely conservative, to be smart about what we're doing. And again, I'm here to help 100%. If you're a listener to the show, you want to understand what's happening in metals and diamonds and hard assets in the markets, again, just set an appointment, and I don't care how long it takes. I will sit down with everybody and discuss what the potential is for everybody moving forward. But Randy, again, I see big things coming our way. I think June was a very tough month, but it always has been. July has been better. Going into the end of the year, we should see this market rally strong. On top of that, the Dow is up 37 points at 15,498. The Nasdaq's up 10 points at 35.88. You got the U.S. dollar up 33 cents at 83.10. The TSX is up 4 points at 12,497. Oil is on a tear. We've been recommending oil very, very heavily. Oil's up to 105.30. It's up another 40 cents today. Oil is one of the strongest markets, very inflationary, and not good for the economy moving forward if oil prices continue to stay this high, but I see oil prices going substantially higher. So, again, Randy, that's just summing up what I'm seeing at this point. Again, I'm enthused at what I'm seeing, but we still need some headway in gold and silver to get to the levels to where this market could break out again.
Now, let's explain Bloomberg Television. Bloomberg Television you can get on your cable system, or, and this is very important, let's say you don't have Bloomberg channel. You have to pay a little extra to get it. The good news is, if you have the internet, you can go to Bloomberg.com. You can watch Bloomberg live on your smartphone, on your iPad, your iPod, or through your computer, your laptop, or your desktop computer. Go to Bloomberg.com and do a test. All you need to do is click on Live TV, and you can watch it. And you do not need to get Bloomberg through your television to watch Harold on July 18th when he's on Money Moves with Deirdre Bolton. That is a show where they talk about alternative assets. Should mention as well, Harold will be in the magazine Bloomberg Business Week, and no doubt we will be able to put that article in connection with you at some point down the line. If you would like to be a part of Harold's online seminars, they're running over 3 nights, and we're making it convenient for you. If you can't catch us one night, you can catch us another, July 23rd, 24th, and 25th, 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain. You can sign up at rarecoloreddiamonds.com or HESradio.com. When it comes to investing in precious metals, as been the case through this entire bull run in hard assets, there's only one company Harold recommends you use, a Canadian company. This is all they do. They specialize in gold, silver, platinum, palladium, worldwide precious metals. WWPMC.com is their website. The telephone number to connect with them, 1-866-623-2002. And one of the things they brought to our attention this week, and you can find it in our newsletter, you can get our free weekly newsletter from Worldwide by connecting with them online or through their telephone line. Zero Hedge had a story. Gold go forward offer rate, GOFO, rates turn negative for the first time since Lehman. Today, something happened that has not happened since the Lehman collapse. The 1-month gold forward offer, GOFO, rate turned negative. And this is actually a huge positive for gold. We have an article, 2 articles in our newsletter, and let Worldwide explain to you why this is very bullish for gold and silver. The GOFO is the interest rate that is used in a gold for dollars swap transaction. Someone who is long gold and needs dollars for short term can use his gold as collateral and get as much lower interest rate in borrowing the dollars. Now, when it goes negative, it means that someone with dollars needs the short-term use of gold and is willing to pay the owner of the gold a rate of interest plus use dollars for collateral. Why is this a positive? Why will this drive gold forward? Speak with Worldwide Precious Metals. They'll explain it to you. Give them a call, wwpmc.com, 1-866-623-2002, 1-866-623-2002. The website, wwpmc.com, will send you those stories. You can read them over. Worldwide will be happy to explain to you why this has happened in the past. It's been a positive for gold, and why it's happening again, and once again, another positive. Also in our gold section of our newsletter, Eric Pomboy, who's the founder of Meridian Macro Research. He has a gold chart, and it's positive because the commitment of trader data for last week saw a 35% reduction in the net commercial positions. And that means that we could see a significant upside reversal for gold that we saw this week. And Harold was talking about 1976. And we have some more charts that show gold's biggest corrections and recoveries and include 1976. You can see gold's 1976 correction and recovery and some other big corrections and recoveries over the entire time the bull run has started back in 2001. So those two charts are must-see charts. And I know, Harold, we have about a minute left here. You've spoken about 1976 quite a bit, and we have charts that you can send. You're more than happy to sit down and speak with people about 1976 and how the market came back. We have charts in this week's newsletter. You can get the newsletter from Worldwide, wwpmc.com, 1-866-623-2002, and speak with Worldwide about those GOFO rates. Because it seems like the setup right now, Harold, is for gold and silver to really appreciate, and the seasonality of gold and silver has now turned positive as well.
It is, and it gets stronger around the end of the year, September, October, November, December type of thing. So, again, we're going to see how things unwind. Again, I'm very optimistic. I know it's been a tough last couple of years, especially this year has been tough, for people in the metals. But, again, I don't think that the fundamentals have changed severely. In fact, I think they're even stronger for us going forward, and I'm very optimistic to the future for hard assets. I do believe we're going to have a nice run coming up.
When it comes to having hard assets in your portfolio, you should have an allocation at all times, and that's where Worldwide Precious Metals come in. They're the experts in this very specialized market. They'll explain to you all the ins and outs of having a precious metals investment account. wwpmc.com is their website. The telephone number 1-866-623-2002. Get our newsletter from them. Get those charts that show the corrections and recovery of 1976. And since the bull market started in 2001, you can see we've had big pullbacks along the way, similar to what we've had over the last couple of years. And speak to them as well about the Zero Hedge article where they're talking about the gold forward offer rate. Going to come back and talk about diamonds as the World Financial Report on radio with Harold Siegel and me, Randy Marshall, continues right after this. Welcome back to the World Financial Report on radio with Harold Siegel. My name is Randy Marshall. Joining us via the telephone, our financial and diamond expert, Harold Siegel. We're taping the show on July the 12th, 2013. Our time is 9:10 in the morning Mountain. Our radio show runs on your favorite radio station. The shows are streaming, archived at HESradio.com, rarecolorediamonds.com. We have a podcast as well. Our radio show goes anywhere you do with your portable device. Go to iTunes, type in World Financial Report on radio. Harold does daily market commentary as well. And the daily market commentary on his websites, rarecolorediamonds.com, HESradio.com. You can find it in the podcast as well. As we tape today's show, we want to remind you that Harold will be on Money Moves, Bloomberg Television, And you do not need to get that channel. If you do not have that channel, don't worry. Go to Bloomberg.com, and you can watch it on your portable device. In fact, I've watched Bloomberg on my iPhone, iPad, and as well on my computer. So you do not have to have that channel to be able to watch Harold on July the 18th. Thursday, July the 18th, he'll be on Money Moves with Deirdre Bolton, as well in Bloomberg's Newsweek. Actually, it's a Business Week magazine.
Actually, Randy, it's going to be on the 19th.
The 19th, okay.
The 19th is a Friday. I'm arriving there on the 18th.
Okay, so it's the 19th, July the 19th, which is a Friday, so keep an eye out for Harold on Bloomberg. We have online seminars coming up. Next seminar, July the 23rd, 24th, and 25th, 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain. You can sign up for any one of those nights. When it comes to investing in precious metals, only one company Harold recommends you use. That is Worldwide Precious Metals. Speak with them about investing in hard assets and having an allocation of precious metals in your portfolio at all times. www.pmc.com, their website, telephone number 1-866-623-2002. To connect with Harold, rarecoloreddiamonds.com, 1-800-432-1022, 1-800-432-1022. His auction website is hsfineauctions.com. Next auction, you can mark this on your calendar if you want, October 21st. 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain, so we're a little away from that, but if you want to know ahead of time, next auction, October 21st. Our featured diamond of the week, it's a stunning 8.04 carat radiant cut, fancy, intense, yellow, internally flawless. It's very rare to see a diamond this big. It is absolutely stunning. Harold, this is a huge monster diamond, and it is a beauty. The color is just so intense, an intense yellow, and it's what you want, internally flawless. So if somebody's looking to make an investment in yellow diamonds, this is a big one, and this is one that no doubt in the future will have some pretty good price appreciation in the years ahead.
Certainly right, Randy. In fact, yellow diamonds at auctions are doing tremendous, as we've been reporting over the last few years. Yellow diamonds, percentage-wise, are skyrocketing in price, and to get one that's over 5 carats is extremely rare. To get one that's 8 carats is ridiculously rare, plus the fact that this is an intense yellow, one of the best colors you can get, and it's internally flawless. This is an amazing diamond that not only goes up tremendously in value, doubles in price in about 3 years, but on top of that, they never ever decline in value, and you can put this beautiful diamond into a ring setting and put it on your wife's finger and let her enjoy it for the next 5 to 10 years and then give it back to us so we could sell it for you at a profit. That's how our business works. So this is an 804 radiant cut, which is a square cut diamond. Fancy intense yellow is one of the best colors that you can get, and internally flawless is the best clarity grade. So anytime you buy the very best, you always get the most back for it. And with the world markets the way that they are, everybody's talking about diamonds, and we're the largest dealer of investment quality diamonds that there is. Not only do we put a fortune of money into this business so our clients can get the type of diamonds they need in order to profit, but on top of that, we built the only secondary market to resell them. We own 8 Siegel Fine Auctions, which is an international auction company that sells our clients' diamonds internationally. So it's a very, very exciting time to be in the diamond business. Again, with banks in trouble and currencies in trouble and stock markets all around the world don't know what to do and all the confusion in the markets, this is one asset that is stable. With all the volatility that was in the markets over the last couple months and the last couple years, you don't get that volatility in diamonds. They're steady. They move up, by about 15-20% a year, and some of them do even better than that. So basically, the 804 Radiant Fancy Intense Yellow Flawless is a monster big diamond. It doubles in price every 3 years. It never declines in value, and again, it's just an absolutely gorgeous diamond that you may want to put into a beautiful ring or necklace and wear. It's just a stunning piece. Now, over the last few years, we have certainly noticed that at auction, yellow diamonds have skyrocketed in price. For example, back in 2011, there was a 2.5 carat vivid marquee diamond, yellow diamond, that was scheduled and estimated to sell at Christie's auction house in New York for about $180,000. It was in a beautiful Bulgari ring. It came up for auction, shocked the world, and sold for $960,000. They estimated it would sell for $180,000, and it sold for $960,000 for a yellow diamond. And that's not the first time that has happened, and it's happened several times since. We've seen gigantic returns on yellow flawless diamonds over the last few years, and it's only going to get better and better because of supply and demand. Demand for these diamonds is skyrocketing, and supplies are very, very low. Aside from us, try to find a high-quality yellow flawless diamond today. And please, don't be confused. There are different countries that produce different qualities of diamonds. The Indian yellow diamonds are of poor quality. They're very brittle, and consequently about half the price of what a South African yellow flawless diamond would be worth. So we recommend these diamonds very heavily. These are the type of diamonds that you can get started at if you're just new in investing. You can get started at around $15,000 for a 1 carat yellow flawless diamond or canary type diamond, but they have to be flawless. The only diamonds that are yellow that have this track record are the highest quality yellow flawlesses. Now, they can go up by 15-20% a year. That means if you put $20,000 into the diamond market, buy yourself a yellow flawless diamond, we ship it directly to you, you own it outright. In 10 years, that diamond is going to be worth about $80,000. So a $20,000 investment today, in 10 years from now, would be worth about $80,000. If you were to put $20,000 into your stock portfolio, what do you think that would be worth in the next 10 years? Also, diversification is very important. You never have all your eggs in one basket. You should have some money in different areas to protect you, depending on what your propensity is for risk. Basically, I take very little risk. I think at this point here, those that are taking risk are going to find out that if you're speculating in these markets, you're going to end up losing your money. The smart thing to do right now is basically buy and hold. Buy and hold your metals, and buy and hold your diamonds. Diamonds are going up tremendously in value. You don't want to sell them before you've made the maximum return on your invested dollar. And those of us that want to retire comfortably one year, if you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, or 70s and you have not put away enough money for retirement, remember a $20,000 yellow flawless in 10 years from now will be worth about $80,000. So we recommend these yellow flawless diamonds for those of you that can afford the more expensive diamonds. This 8 carat is, again, a diamond that you want to pay very serious consideration to, because, again, to get a diamond this size and this quality is extremely rare, and you'll make a tremendous amount of money on this asset. The other diamonds that we recommend are pink diamonds from the Argyle mine. The Argyle mine in Australia is the premier diamond mine in the world today. It produces 95% of the entire world's production of pink diamonds. Pink diamonds are very important. They're in the news almost every single day. And basically, to own a pink diamond from the Argyle mine is a real coup, because basically they never decline in value. The mine that produces them, the Argyle mine, is going to close within the next 5-6 years, and there's not going to be any more of these diamonds. History will tell you when a scenario like this does happen, the prices of these diamonds can increase by 5 to 10 times what the present-day prices are. It means that if you bought a $50,000 Argyle pink, you could be looking at basically anywhere from $250,000 to $500,000 back in the next 10 years, and that's how long we recommend you hold on to these diamonds. Then we'll sell them for you on our auction business, either here in North America or in London, England, Hong Kong, Panama, or Saudi Arabia. So, again, we're progressing with our business tremendously. The diamond business is on fire. Most people are petrified where to put their money. You put your money into the bank, and basically you're getting 1 or 2% return on your money, and you know that if that bank goes under, you're going to lose everything in that account except for what the insurance gives you back. So again, these are risky times to be making no money and keeping your money in a risky situation. We think that putting your money into an Argyle Pink Diamond is one of the best moves that you can make. They never decline in value. They increase by about 20 to 25% a year. The Vivids, which is the best color, they're doubling every 2 years in value. In fact, we have clients that 5 years ago bought vivid pink Argyles in the 50,000 range, and those same diamonds now are 2 to 250 over the last 5 years. Do you have any other investments that you've made that are giving you that type of return with the safety that you have in the diamond market? So these Argyle Pinks are spectacular. They go up more than almost any other investment with no risk, and the mine that produces 95% of them is going to close. I don't think that you could paint a better scenario for making money than that. So we recommend these Argyle Pinks. In fact, if you go to my website, Colored, COLORED, diamondswithans.com, you're going to see the most beautiful diamonds you've ever seen in your lifetime. In fact, if you go to the featured diamond, you'll see the 804 Fancy Intense Yellow Flawless. Then if you go to the loose diamond section, all the colors are going to pick up. Look at our yellow flawlesses, look at our deep flawlesses and our reds and our blues and our greens, but pay particular attention to the pinks. And when you hit on the pinks, you're going to see 3 colors come up. Fancy pink, fancy intense pink, and fancy vivid. Those are the 3 best colors. Then you start to look at some of these diamonds. They're all videoed, so you can see them in all of their splendor. They're absolutely sensational and the best investments that you can make at this point. As the markets continue to be volatile all over the world, you don't get that in the diamond market. That's why diversification is so extremely important. And again, nowadays, to take a $50,000 investment or a $100,000 investment and make 5 to 10 times your money is almost unheard of. And if it is possible, you have to take a gigantic risk. That is not the case in the diamond market. We know the mine is going to close within the next 5 or 6 years, and we definitely want our clients in that market. So look at our selection of Argyle Pinks. When you look at the Vivids, the best color that you can get, those are the diamonds that double in 2 years, you're going to see that we have a larger supply of vivid pink diamonds than anybody else in the world does. We invest in these diamonds for ourselves and for our clients. I have my own collection of diamonds that I constantly add to, but I also buy very, very high-quality diamonds for my clients to make money with, and that's what my company does. I own rarecoloreddiamonds.com and 8 Siegel Fine Auctions, and those 2 companies will get you where you need to go in the hard asset market. On top of that, there's one other classification of diamond I want to talk to you about. It's not a colored diamond, it's a colorless diamond. They're called D flawless whites. D, the letter D, means colorless, believe it or not. And in a white diamond, that is the most important factor, is the color, which is D. Then they're flawless or internally flawless in clarity, which is the best that you can possibly get. And then we carry these triple excellent diamonds that just blow everybody else away. These are the most amazing diamonds. They're negative correlated to stocks, so if stocks plummet, these diamonds go up the equivalent amount. And these diamonds go up by at least 15% a year. They're spectacular, they're perfect in every way, and they're portable private wealth. In fact, in Europe, they're used as currency. So I very highly recommend that you spend some time this weekend on our websites, rarecoloreddiamonds.com and 8 Siegel Fine Auctions. You know, at our last auction, we had 17 diamonds up for sale, and every single one of them sold within 1 hour. Nobody does that in the business, sell 17 diamonds in 1 hour internationally all over the world. It's one of the most exciting things you could ever experience, and we built this for you, our listeners, and our clients.
hsfineauctions.com. You can go and take a look at all the different items that were auctioned off here recently. Look at the catalog that we just had online and some of the past catalogs, too. Give you an idea of what the potential is. hsfineauction.com. Rarecoloreddiamonds.com is Harold's website. The telephone number to connect with him personally and privately, 1-800-432-1022, 1-800-432-1022. Our featured diamond of the week, an 8-carat radiant cut, fancy intense, yellow, internally flawless. It was interesting that Bonhams out of New York had a jewelry sale a couple of weeks back, and they actually sold an 8.5-carat pear-shaped, fancy intense yellow diamond ring. It went for more than double its pre-auction estimate. You can get that story in our newsletter. Speak with Harold about receiving it. RareColoredDiamonds.com or 1-800-432-1022. And we can't stress enough, be a part of Harold's next online seminars. We've had quite a few successful seminars. We'd like you to be a part of the next seminars that are coming up. Normally we just do one day. This time we're doing it over 3 days to give everyone a chance so it fits your schedule. July 23rd, 24th, and 25th, 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain. You can choose any night or you can be a part of every night. 6 p.m., obviously, in the Mountain Time Zone, 8 Eastern. Sign up at RareColoredDiamonds.com and as well HESradio.com. And we have to remind you, Harold on Bloomberg Television, July the 19th, a Friday, July the 19th, Harold will be on Money Moves with Deirdre Bolton talking about alternative assets, talking about diamonds. And I know that Harold has done many seminars privately and obviously in front of many different people. And he'll be on Bloomberg giving, I guess, in a way, Harold, a little seminar to everyone that watches Bloomberg about this rare colored diamond market, which is so exciting right now.
Oh, I'm so thrilled to be on, and especially at this particular time, because again, with what's happening in the world markets, especially with the banks, and being in the diamond business at this point is just a perfect match. And again, obviously I want as many people to know about my company as possible, because the bigger we build our business, the more our clients do as far as auctioning their diamonds down the road. So that's our major it's our major goal this year, is to expand our business to high net worth individuals around the world that invest in these type of assets, and we've never been more excited. And again, we have a publicist, so we've been on many shows lately and have tremendous amount of media firms that are wanting to talk to us as far as interviews go. And again, we just want to spread the word. We want people to know what's happening in the hard asset market, how good the diamond market is. Now, it's not for everybody. Let's face it. The minimum investment to deal in this business is $15,000, $20,000, and that's not for everybody. You never put all of your money into one particular asset. And again, every investment has its time. It just so happens at this point that the diamond market is on fire, and it's only going to get stronger and stronger because demand around the world is picking up, and the supplies are the lowest they've ever been.
When you look at diamonds, you know, the average about 10-15% appreciation per year, and can do even more during ideal times. Concentrated wealth, it's a storehouse of value. It's better than cash, it's tangible, it's usable, it's resaleable. And when you think about the 5 compelling reasons to invest: privacy, portability, estate planning, price stability, and long-term growth. And I've said this many, many times, unlike a stock certificate, bond, T-bill, even real estate, colored diamonds can be mounted, displayed, appreciated on fingers, wrists, ears, necks of the loved one that you choose, can be unmounted for resale at short notice, and you can even obviously leave them mounted, and they can be sold at auction through hsfineauctions.com. And Harold, that's the beauty of this investment, is it's something that you can go into a room and people take a look at that diamond ring and ooh and ah. You can't do that with a stock certificate. Putting a stock certificate on your finger or a bond, or a T-bill, it doesn't have quite the same effect. And that's the beauty of the diamond industry, the diamond business, is it's a lot more than just an investment. It's something that gets a reaction. I remember reading, and we had it in our newsletter a few years back, about the woman who originally owned the Hope Diamond. And she said that one of the things that she enjoyed most about owning the Hope Diamond was that she could walk into a room and everyone would look at her. And some people, they like that. That's not me, but, you know, some people like to walk into a room and everyone go, hey, there's Madame so-and-so, and look at that diamond. And if you're looking for that kind of reaction, well, Harold, we're more than happy to help you because you have an investment, and on top of it, you have some obviously amazing diamonds that people can show off when they're out and about.
You better believe it. And again, there's so many stories, Randy, about diamonds that have appreciated over time. I mean, some of the moves have just been tremendous, and a lot of them are happening right now. People that have bought diamonds 50 years ago for $50,000 are finding that those diamonds are worth, $3.5–4 million now. I bought a diamond in 2003, an Argyle tender vivid diamond over 2 carats that was $350,000 at the tender. The diamond's worth $3.5 million now, and that was 10 years from now. So you tell me any other investment that gives you that type of return with the safety that you have in the diamond market, and I'd like to know about it. I know of no other asset that will do what the rare colored diamond market does, and that's why I put the effort into it that I do. It's my major business. In fact, I eat, sleep, and drink this business, and I just absolutely love being in the diamond business because, again, I've had no unhappy clients. When you're wearing a museum-quality piece on your finger, again, you've seen them before, Randy. We've done seminars together, and clients of ours have brought their diamonds to the seminars. And again, you just sit there in awe as to how magnificent these pieces are. And to think that not only are they, a beautiful asset to own, but they're a phenomenal investment that does nothing but make money.
Well, you look. Ben Bernanke came out this week and said that he continues to support stimulus and QE. You had, we talked about in the past something that was very frightening, the bailout, where in Cyprus, people that had money in a bank in Cyprus, basically they got their money taken away from them. There's no getting around that, in our opinion. In fact, the ECB's Erasmus came out and said this week, his name is Jorg Erasmus, he's an ECB policy maker, he's urging Europe to accelerate bail-in plans. And he wants the bail-in plans put in place as soon as possible because if you have other banks go under, he wants a similar scenario to what happened in Cyprus to happen in other banks. The United States, the recovery is starting to stall out. And Ambrose Evans Pritchard wrote an article and said the wheels are coming off the whole south of Europe. There are some serious problems in Europe. In fact, in Greece, they had the unemployment numbers come out, 26.9% of those in Greece unemployed. Obviously, youth unemployment is absolutely horrendous as well. You're talking about 60%. We're in a time right now where people are looking at alternative assets such as gold, silver, platinum, palladium, looking at diamonds. Even in a country like India, where gold and silver are much coveted, the silver market obviously is starting to do really well because the Indian government is putting curbs on gold sales. So you're seeing the silver market really take off, but the diamond market now is becoming of interest to India too because you can't trade in gold. Suddenly you start trading in silver, you start trading in diamonds. It's an action-reaction type scenario, and I don't quite understand why a government in India, just because of trade reasons, would stop people from trading gold. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. It's borderline, in my mind, communism. But hopefully it's something that will pass and the Indian people will get back to buying gold the way they want to. But we're seeing an action-reaction, Harold. Those in India starting to look at diamonds the way many other people are looking at diamonds, and that is as an investment as well.
Well, they should be because, again, it's a very good investment at all times. It doesn't only have to be through difficult times that we're in right now. Certain diamonds under normal circumstance just increase because of supply and demand. However, when you look at track records, back in 79, 80, when gold and silver and inflation and everything was moving, colored diamonds went up 500% those 2 years. So, again, I think we've got it covered very well in the diamond market because, again, it's a great investment at any time, but put it in a situation where there's high inflation, these diamonds could move that much quicker. So, again, if you look at what's out there right now, keep your money in the bank at 1 or 2% and your money's not safe. Inflation's worth more than 1 or 2%, so you're not making any money. And if you feel safe keeping your money in the bank, you better read what happened in Cyprus and understand what happened there could easily happen here, anywhere, because all the banks work off of the same model. So basically, you look at the stock market, how could it be more risky than it is right now? One day it's up 200, the next day it's down 200. The commodity markets are being rigged at this particular point to suit the government. So again, everything out there...
We have about 30 seconds left here, Harold. 30 seconds.
Okay, is very risky, and the diamond market gives you that safety net. So I recommend it very highly, and again, we want to work with you in the diamond market. We've got the way to sell it, and we ship the diamonds directly to you.
Thank you very much, Harold Siegel, for another fantastic show and your knowledge.
It's my pleasure. I wish everybody a wonderful weekend and a very profitable day.
RareColoredDiamonds.com to connect with Harold, 1-800-432-1022. Don't forget, online seminars. Next seminar is July 23rd, 24th, 25th. Sign up at RareColoredDiamonds.com, HESRadio.com, 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain. As well, Harold, on Bloomberg Television, July the 19th, which is a Friday. Money Moves with Deirdre Bolton. And you can connect with Harold, RareColoredDiamonds.com, 1-800-432-1022. The company he recommends you use when it comes to investing in precious metals, worldwide precious metals, wwpmc.com, telephone number 1-866-623-2002. Get those 1976 gold charts, how gold went down and came back. Also ask them about the gold forward offer rate and how it turning negative is a positive for gold. Speak with them, wwpmc.com, 1-866-623-2002. That's it, another edition of the World Financial Report on radio with Harold Siegel and me, Randy Marshall. We will talk to you next week.